It has been a year and a half or two growing seasons since I grafted this massive Austrian black pine with Japanese black pine foliage. Usually grafts take 2 seasons to start growing with vigor, so I'm expecting next season that they really explode in growth. I've done two grafts on this branch. One is here, at the very base, and this is the original Austrian black pine foliage. You can clearly see the difference in how the buds look this time of the year. On my left hand, I'm holding the second graft, and here is the graft union. It is clear now that the grafted foliage has taken over these small branch and that they are enough to keep it alive, so I remove completely the original foliage here. This process will be done all over the tree until it's only Japanese black pine foliage on, but it will take 1 or 2 more years. Here is my lowest graft that is going to develop into the first branch. Even though it doesn't have enough foliage to sustain the whole branch, I am still able to reduce the Austrian black pine foliage substantially now. I'm checking out my grafts and how I can manipulate them today to set the basic structure for the future tree. But this upper graft doesn't fit my design in any way. I did this graft back then as an exercise, as this was by far the biggest scion I've ever used. That is the graft union of this massive scion. It is too high for a compact bonsai design and it feels inflexible. Now let me remove all of these secondary branches and keep just the main sacrificial trunk. And here I remove all of the foliage of the trunk for what is going to be a huge step. Marking with chalk is utterly important as there is no room for mistakes here. I can't damage the branches with the grafts on. That is a huge change and a big step towards my design. And if you are wondering whether there is enough foliage left to sustain the tree, the answer is almost yes. There is not much, but what is left is quite strong foliage with two strong sacrificial branches and all of the grafted foliage. That should be enough. My goal here is to give it an interesting shape and hide or disguise the cut and to give it some interesting texture. Even though, as you'll see at the end of the video, my plan is to hide it completely. So let's put some wires on. This is the first time ever he is actively pushing for my lap, so I can't turn him down now. Oh, I guess we're not doing bonsai anymore. I need to be extra careful with the grafts, as some may be sensitive still. For this small branch, the graft is close to the trunk, but since I'm still keeping the Austrian black pine foliage for some time, I'll wire this as well. Now I should be really careful with bending the grafts, especially at the graft union. That's all for now, and even though it doesn't look like much, it makes it much easier for me to explain my plan for the future. So this is how the tree looks now. Let's remove all of the unnecessary branches. This lower graft will create the first branch on the right, something like this. This little but very important graft here will be developed into the main central foliage pad. This graft will become the balancing branch on the left, and finally these two upper grafts will create the whole apex. So that is how I plan this tree to look like in 8 years. This tree just became my most exciting project now. Thank you for your time.